we see actually increasing demand of inquiries coming in for us for our technology, and I see we are moving towards larger capacity plants. Typically, a membrane plant a few years ago was 500 kilos an hour of CO2, maybe up to 1,000 kilos per hour. Now we see plants where the demand is 3 or 4 or 5 times larger. And I see actually these plant capacities will grow in the future. And I also see that we heard in Austria. I was at your conference in Austria in March, right? At the summit, where it was discussed that the industrial gas companies are actually lacking raw gas sources. I see biogas, the CO2 that you can extract from the biogas, will be a potential new CO2 source because the fertilizers are maybe disappearing, for instance, in Europe, right? This would be a more reliable source. One of the issues, of course, is that ISPT is not approving CO2 coming from the biogas as a food grade product. However, I believe it's a matter of time before we see this coming through. IGA already approved CO2. So this is one of the important changes that I believe will happen. And then I think also we will see a development of further do something about the landfill gas, because there's a huge potential in landfill gas around the world. Landfill is a very critical gas to treat. That is probably the worst of them, but it is doable to do it. We just need to develop the technology to do it, and I am confident that we can do this. You also see a lot of inquiries coming in from wastewater treatment. I also believe that this is going to be a potential growth area for us as a company. And then, of course, what else will happen on the market? I believe that you will see a development in sources, for instance, on biogas, where we are extracting the CO2. That CO2 will be used for producing power to X, for instance. So that means that this is going to be a total green fuel. These projects will be supported, at least in the first hand, by government programs, because right now the economy is maybe not fantastic on such projects. But I hope and believe that in the future we will see an improvement in this, so we can all be more green in our fuel and recover the CO2. Yeah, and what else do I see? I think we will see green technologies will be driven now by governmental incentives, and I also believe that we will see more and more of these programs for CCS and CCU.